Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the Gems of War Devil in the Details event in which Erinyes is added to the game. So let's get into that. Brown, yellow trait stone. So these are going to be used for cockatrice and for early game and for later on in the game, most likely for Gorgolfa. There's also quite a few high tier mythics that tend to use it, such as Famine, which is also craftable this week. So, Erinyes, what does she do? She is basically a giant spider in a different color form. She summons two Tacets, which is one of the weakest troops in the game, though this is a consistent 2 summoner, so that is a pretty big advantage that she has. Even though it is something useless, you can use it as a meat shield, you can sacrifice it with troops and do things of the such. And it also transforms a selected color to purple, exactly the same as a giant spider, except it has a 1 higher mana cost, completely different colors, and it doesn't have a +1 purple or +1 to any color. Instead, it has a dark death, which creates a dark storm or purple storm whenever an enemy dies. So this is pretty useful, the fact that she has a storm already on her, so you don't need to use a Umberwolf or some kind of other troop to be able to place a storm. You can simply use her, and she can do the gem spawn into her storm. She also has a Jinx, which when stacked with other Jinx can reduce your enemy's mastery surge chance by quite a bit whenever taking 3 pairs. This isn't normally too big a deal and is going to be pretty irrelevant in most battles. The only thing that's really going to be good for her is to get her up to her 2 traits so that she can get a Dark Death, which is her main thing that she has unique compared to that of a giant spider. So definitely a good week to buy up, since it is an epic, so it's only 200 glory per arcane trait stone that you want, so definitely a great time to get all the arcanes. Next up, let's go over quite a few things. Let's see, we have event keys. As far as event keys, you can pretty much skip them this week. There are 3 main drops in here of the higher rarities. Also, if you don't have a Hellcat, that's one of the lower rarity drops that you can get. But as far as the higher rarity stuff, it is Inferno King and Dark Monolith as the legends. Inferno King is a really decent skull spammer that is great for getting rid of barriers as well, since it does split damage against everything. And the other one is a Dark Monolith. Dark Monolith is basically unused. There's lower rarity troops like Lava Elemental that generally outclass it in most situations. There's also a mythic available here. It is Amnesia. She is okay with this new troop. She's mainly only used for Yellow Day Guild Wars and a few other Guild War days, where she's basically used as a mana generator. Wouldn't really advise using her in PvP, and for the most part, I would say skip on using event keys this time around. As far as craftable and the Soul Forge, we do not have a Fair Shara, unfortunately. But as far as things that are worth crafting, there is a Famine this week. Famine is one of the strongest mythics. The brown-yellow trait stone he also uses, so you can get all that this week. So you only need to get the other half of his trait stones. He drains all mana from all enemies, and then deals damage boosted by how much mana he actually drains. And he gets some okay traits, a little bit weaker on traits ever since they nerfed him some, but still getting a 3 stat reduction per turn on its own is still decent. Other than that, not really much else to craft unless you really wanted a Yasmin's Chosen. But if you have a web spinner, you basically already have her. She's just a split damage version, essentially, of a web spinner, so you don't really need her. She also has some extra entangle that's synergized with some things, but for the most part, I would say Famine is the only really viable one, or just keep waiting for Fair Shara or whatever else you happen to be waiting for within that system. Anyways, over to more events. We have ourselves 10% to... That's not 10%. Why is it showing that one first? That's weird. We have 10% to all Blighted Lands and 10% to all Daemons, which is quite noteworthy, since nearly the entire kingdom of Blighted Lands are Daemons, so basically the entire kingdom almost has 20% bonus this week. You get 20 souls whenever you use Erinyes in Explore. I would not advise doing this ever, because she is not really going to be quicker than soul farm teams. So yeah, I would basically ignore that you even get bonus souls this week. Not really that relevant. What is relevant, of course, is the normal event objective. Herald of Chaos is pretty good for early game players, so if you haven't gotten yourself one yet, definitely would advise doing this event until you get one. You can, of course, get one just from completing out the Darkstone Kingdom. I mean, not Darkstone, sorry. I mean, Blighted Lands Kingdom. But this guy has a really nice boost ratio on the blues they end up destroying. He boost ratios not only on his damage, but on his stat reduction as well. So you get quite a bit of good value out of him, and he has a pretty good first trait. But other than that, basically what we have to kill is, or what we have to do is summon a bunch of Daemons. And let's go into that a little bit. So let's go over to a casual battle. You can do the summoning in either Explore or in PvP casual, or just normal PvP. You know what? Let's actually go do it in Explore. Let's go find a okayish kingdom. I guess this one is fine. Go Explore in here and go over to... Oh, we already have it set. So this is basically what I've been using so far that I've found to be okay to use. We're already using the new thing from the previous week. But essentially what we do is fire both of our fire bombs just to get these down. Ideally, we will get near full mana. It doesn't look like we're close, so we're going to swipe some mana first. Since we can see that's there, go for another explosion, and we do indeed get her all the way up. Right here, we will get a conversion that then gives our mana that we need for sacrifice, and now we start sacrificing and either target this on yellow or brown, depending on which one is more populated on the board. Ideally, that would end up hitting us for mana. How unfortunately, not only did we miss all the mana, we didn't even get an extra turn, and we missed all the mana. So a lot of value lost there, but you get the premise of it. You basically just keep doing this loop, keep getting the sacrifice down that gets the loop going again. You get that extra bit of magic, you get them cleared, and you just keep repeating this until you have many summons. And again, right here, you just do it on whichever one is more populated, either brown or purple, based on whichever one is higher. Try not to convert out either of those two colors if you can help it, though if you have to, like right now, it looks like we have to do brown. Still go for it, because you need to make sure you get sacrifice back up so you can actually clear out these slots. So obviously, since we did that, we now do it on yellow, and we just keep repeating this until we win. Sacrifice does not need to be fully traded for this, though actually I don't even think it helps at all, so never mind. Yeah, you don't really need any traits whatsoever on him. Nothing really needs to be traded, though it would be good if you had Erinyes to 2 traits for her Dark Death, but other than that, not really much is needed. So right here, just trying to get the last little bit of her mana. Pretty unlucky board, I do have to say, this time around. Working a lot better earlier, but it's going pretty much as it should, at least. As long as we don't accidentally kill her, we're fine. If she lives, we're good to go. So I'll move that over. Like right now, do not cast. I could definitely see myself doing that this week, though it's not going to take that many. You only have to do 200 of these, and I've been averaging the one time I did it around 10, and the other time was quite a bit lower than that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you could get upwards of 10 pretty easily by doing this, given that she can summon 2 every single time. I think my problem before, too, was that I was running in PvP and not in Explore, and it does indeed work in Explore. So let's see, just move that up, get our little poke, and that ends out the battle. We don't have to win, you still get the event gems even if you don't win. But you can see right there, we end up getting ourselves 6 event gems. It seemed a little low. I could have sworn we summoned more than that, but that's basically how I'm probably going to be summoning most of mine. But yeah, we'll want to make sure we do it a little bit quicker. I guess just because of bad luck that we end up getting there. But that is perfectly fine. Let's get into some teams with her now. So that's, of course, to farm up the event gems, but let's get into some actual things that can kill teams. So right here, we're going for pure stat reduction. Azura and Erinyes on her summons, and the Plague on the, Plague reductions. We end up getting quite a bit off of all 3 of them that'll be able to do their cast. As far as replacements for Plague, for any of you that don't have it, you can either use a Impervious Lancelot, or you can throw in, I believe, a Spirit Fox would be okay. You can also use that Owlif guy from the Suncrest Kingdom, which would also still have a stat reduction. He's basically like a mini Plague for people that don't actually have a Plague. So right here, we're going to hope he takes that skull. We actually get some brown out of it. We're going to want to start off with either getting up Azura or Erinyes, whichever one we can get up first. Doesn't really matter which, as long as one of them get up. Will he take it? Oh, no, but then he moved to brown. Oh, oops, I shouldn't have moved that over then. Well, we can't take purple, can't take blue. Let's go for that then, get a little bit of all of our manas. Looks like we're not going to get to full on anything anytime soon, unless we can actually get them near each other. It does not look like it, though, so we'll just take a red. Nothing else. Maybe we'll get Dragon Soul up at this point. So Blue Surge would be great, and we do indeed get it, so now we can finally get this team rolling. So as you can see, stat reduction is already down, and once we can get this purple aligned, we will be good to go on this battle. Doesn't look like we have an easy alignment, though, so we'll give him a Skull Distract. No Surge. Well, we got the blue convert. One of the last things we'd really want to convert, though, since we need it. Oh, wait. We have it for brown. I'm gonna go do that. There we go. So we'll get that down, take that. It gives us back to full mana, and now we can just start going crazy with everything. I think I will go for this next, just to get the disable. I want to try getting that magic reduction. Actually, it already has been magic reduced. Never mind. No wonder why. Okay. So, we already got that. As you can see, she does basically no damage to us anymore. And as we do that to all of them, reduce down their attack, reduce down their magic, most enemies will be of 0 threat to us. And as you can see, we end up getting another reduction there. And yeah, we're pretty much good to go. Throw a plague just to make sure they don't get their mana up. And now we can just go crazy with Dragon Soul into more spamming. We can even go for another plague right there if we really want to, like that. Oh wow, that gives really little mana. Oh, we'll throw that down. It gives us Dragon Soul all the way back up and just keep looping until they just die. And they're so disabled right now that even if they go crazy with the goblins and get about 10 turns in a row, they're barely going to hit us for anything. As you can see right here, they're going to hit us a little bit, but there's almost nothing due to how much it has been reduced at this point. It's also not that slow of a Plague team for once. Generally, Plague is a rather slow character to use as far as troops are concerned. But yeah, in this context, he's not that bad. And there we go. As far as the purpose of this troop compared to a Giant Spider, I still feel like Giant Spider has an advantage over this Erinyes in most situations. The main thing that she's useful for is, of course, her Dark Death, the purple storm that she ends up creating, particularly in teams that normally don't generate any kind of storm at all. And for this next one, I'm going with a budget team for her. I want to try going into not Wisps, so let me go repick this. Actually, our second trophy might be okay. So we'll go for our second trophy, still similarly as strong. Hey, and it's all Blade lands as well, so we get to see someone using that. Basically, what we're going to be doing with this is bringing back Shadowblade. Shadowblade was a troop when I announced, like, when he came out. Like, yeah, he's horrible now, but he's eventually going to have a synergy that's going to be amazing. I believe we have finally found that synergy. It's a little bit of a weird team. This is obviously a budget team, but when it works amazingly. I got it working earlier. Hopefully we can get it working again right now. Probably not the most consistent troop, but or consistent team, but it is pretty funny when it does work. Okay, it already looks pretty grim for us so far. Really important to get her mana up, and we are in a position where we are not even remotely close to being able to do that with how this board is set up. So, quite unfortunate. We'll take a Skull Poke. Can't even take yellow. Can't even move any of that in place. Obviously, we'll want to hold that until we can really start using it, which is nowhere near that point. We can go take a Skull here at least. Well, we're getting a bunch of mana we don't need at all. We need yellows and we need browns. That's all we need to get rolling. Neither of which are anywhere to be found, at least within take range. He is not damaged yet, so he's not going to be really annoying. We might need to go and try round 2 with this team, because the whole point is to get this thing up so we can actually have something to kill with our sacrifice, so that we can get that higher damage going. Let's see. We might lose our sacrifice soon, but as long as we can get 1 magic buff, it should be fine. We do have alignment. Looks like we'll have to do this on blue, so we will go throw that down. And now we can finally get the sacrifice down. Hopefully on brown. Please land. Okay, we got our some mana at least. So now we can get a nice conversion. Yellow? No. I should probably want to do that on red. So we'll do that on red. Get all of our manas up. Throw this on brown. Keep getting our magic going. And as you can see, we are up to 49 damage. And if there's our 13 or more purples on the board, it automatically extra turns. So yeah, we're about to go crazy with this in a moment. Gotta keep looping it a few more times. Could stop at any time that we really want to. Probably need to soon because we lost the sacrifice, so we kind of have to end it now. So what we basically do for the rest of this battle is keep clicking his ability. 66 damage per poke. And as long as there's 13 or more purple, we get to keep casting it. Oh, he just ruined it. He converted it. No, the converter. You ruined the plan. Well then, plan B is get our mana back up, get the closet to shields, and never mind. Daemon Slayer, good job. Well, plan C. Plan D? Let's retry that again. Ouch, this Daemona hits hard with 20%, especially when she's doing 2 times damage. No, we're not going to go up against that meta. We'll go up against this meta instead. Okay, I do want to try this again. You get the premise, but I want to try it. It's not made to be the best team out there, but this is pretty fun to use. And it's pretty low rarity. It's a common that basically everyone has, doesn't need any traits. though it is slightly better with the traits. You just need the new troop, preferably with double traits. You need this guy, preferably with at least stealthy. And you need the firebomb fully traded, which is only a common, so really easy to do basically everything I just mentioned. So we'll go move that extra turn right there. Hardest part would actually be trading her, even though her trait stone's available, mainly because it's the most expensive. Well, we got our mana up a lot quicker this time around, so we should be good to go. The biggest problem with the previous battle is it took us way too long to get the ball rolling with the team. But this time around it is going at its normal pace. And due to that, we should be good to go. Throw this down on what appears to be blue. Just keep getting that looped. Get our mana back whenever we can. Like right now, we'll throw that onto brown, it looks like. And we did land our extra turn. Very nice. Again, just throw this down. Check for any moves. Preferably not the brown. If we have to, we will, though. Because now we could just do it on yellow instead. And just keep shifting the color focus every single time until we eventually miss. Oh, we didn't get any yellow. We got everything else, but we did not get the yellow out of that. There's also not enough purple on the board at the moment, and obviously we can't sacrifice again for the obvious reason of who we would kill if we did that. So speaking of kill, we just got a kill, so that creates the purple storm now. Is that enough purple? Yes, it is. So let's just start spamming. 65 damage, that is 1 shot per cast, plus we get our ability back. Now that's what it's supposed to do. Yeah, that's basically the whole premise of the team. Doesn't always work, but when it does, that is pretty funny. Just triple blade out of nowhere for the kills. Also, we're getting a lot of Daemon summons by doing this too. A lot of teams themed around her do tend to kill out your own team a lot. Yeah, let's try that one more time. I do enjoy doing this a lot. Not viable, but definitely really fun to mess with. So let's try this one last time. But as I mentioned before, no point in using her for the extra 20 soul. Oh, why do you have to do that? No point in using her for the 20 extra souls in Explorer. There's really no point. Might as well just use a normal soul farming team. But doing her summons for the other rewards are definitely worth it. So let's get this rolling again. Get her summon. Throw some brown. Please loop again. Very nice. Take her mana again. Get her convert again. It gives another Quaset back up. Take another brown. We got our storm going, even better. Now we have a better chance of landing, and not just that, but also getting more purples onto the board just from the sky. Here's our summon. Throw this on brown. Get up to 1 shot. Are we almost there? One more cycle would be able to get it all the way there. Unfortunately, we look like we are low on our recast. Oh no, I can't cast that. I was almost about to kill it. That would have been a fail. I'll do it eventually. It will happen. I will accidentally kill him eventually. Okay, we'll do that again. He'll poke us once, and we'll just get our summon. Looks like on red. Yes, it is. Get that on red. Get this onto brown right there. Very nice. And can we start going? No, I need to get rid of this excessive amount of purple on the board. Ooh, I need to take this in a way that doesn't take as much off the board, if I can help. Let's see, move that down. Got enough purple still, hopefully. No! Too many removed. Okay, we're gonna have to put more on. Giant Spider might actually help us. Oh, nope. Well, not if I do that. Okay, luckily he can't take out everything from the board. Though he did take out the most important thing. Ooh, that's actually really annoying what he just did. I don't want to cast this yet. You do need to make sure you have that 13+. Okay, I'm just going to take the brown without actually taking the purple off the board. And that does bring us to enough, so... Oh, I didn't hit the right target, though. We should be fine. I'm not even going to bother here. Oh, come on. Please hit the one that we actually need you to hit. Well, at least there's plenty of purple. And that's match. But yeah, that is what he should have done when he first came out. Unfortunately, there wasn't really anything that was synergized good enough for him. But I believe this is finally good enough with the Erinyes. What on earth is that team? But yeah, that is pretty funny. The Erinyes into Shadowblade sacrifice combo. Basically, almost every team that runs with this will be basically running with a sacrifice with the double combo. There currently isn't really anything that kills out summons good enough, except maybe Black Beast. But it doesn't have any synergy with purple, so you can't really use Black Beast with it. But that basically leaves Sacrifice as the only really viable option for synergizing with her if you're trying to go with this whole sacrifice thing, at least based on what it currently exists, because all the other sacrifices that aren't named specifically Sacrifice aren't really that good, like Sacrificial Priest and stuff. They're pretty much useless to even use. But anyways, guys, that is the event. If you still have any other questions about the new trip, the event, or anything else in general, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful week. Also, don't forget, one thing I didn't mention, but the Mythic that came in, the new Dragon Mythic, is still within the Glory Gem, VIP, and Guild Chest drop pool. So if you're still looking into getting him, make sure to throw the Glory and Gem keys and such that you're getting today onto it. Save your event keys, though, because there isn't really anything that good in the event key drop pool this week. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye, everyone.